I've really had a lot of opportunities during my career. I've been very fortunate. I got a chance to cross paths with a lot of really good leaders in the fire service, and both on the structural side of the house and the wildland side of the house. You know, I was on Type 1 teams as a division group supervisor, and then operations and deputy incident commander, and then as an incident commander. And I think when I think about those opportunities and those career life changers and those things that really made a mark on me, you know, my first fire as an IC by myself, leading the team, was the Sierra Grande. And that really did mold a lot of what we were doing. And so I got the chance to start out, you know, in May of 2000 with a fire in the Southwest region. And then in the latter part of my IC career was, you know, when I was still at Kern, was to take the team to the Pentagon on 9/11. Those both were probably etched deep in my mind as, you know, those monumental things that really do stick with you and the lessons learned. But, you know, like I said, I've had some really good mentors along the way that helped me shape who I was from the early days. You know, one of the captains I worked for, Chuck Nelson, with the county fire department, really helped mold how I utilized the skills that I brought from the hotshot community back to the county when I ran hand crews at the county, you know, the 12-person crews we had back then before we started the hotshots, to people like Jack Lee, who was you know, a fire management officer and a national IC, and he molded a lot of what I thought and how I thought about things. Tom Harbor was my IC for a year, and, you know, worked with Tom a lot doing incident management stuff. And, you know, people like Alan Bruncini, who was the fire chief at Phoenix on the structural side of the house, and had opportunity to meet and work with a lot of really great people at the National Fire Academy going up and those kinds of things. My old fire chief, Dan Clark, really opened a door for me in a lot of ways to allow me to do Type 1, Type 2 incident management work, not only in the county, but across the nation. So I've been, like I said, very blessed in my career.